So, good morning. Good morning, everybody. It is Erev Shabbos Kodesh, and we're live in Ramat Beit Shemesh. Well, it's good to be live anywhere, but I guess it's fine too. So, getting ready to actually head out. There's a march. The families of the hostages are actually marching from down Gaza all the way to Yerushalayim. And last night they actually slept over in the stadium. I guess stadium, a small soccer stadium. They play football there as well, in Beit Shemesh. So in about 20, 30 minutes, they're actually moving out of Beit Shemesh and we're walking towards Yerushalayim. And I think I'm going to get my bicycle and mosey along next to them. Um, Unfortunately, we don't think about them enough. We do say the Mishaberach for the soldiers and for the hostages daily in Shul. We say Tehillim and Shabbos. Um, we actually read all the hostages' names by the Mishaberach as well by the Sefer Torah. But we don't really think about them and daven enough. Maybe we should. Hopefully, I'm sure we should. And there's a fellow who actually sent me I sent a text on LinkedIn. His name is Moses, Zach Moses, his father. Yair Moses, his father, is a captive. So maybe I can recognize him, meet him, and see how that works out. But we'll keep you posted. So this week's parsha, start with Shkalim, and then but the crux really is the ego, and we're not going to talk really too much about how could the Jews sin like that. That's the famous question. Like forever, there'll be that question until Mashiach comes. My gosh, they saw Hashem. They literally got the Torah from Hashem. How could they do the ego? The worst sin. The greatest people did the worst sin. And the Nesivos Shalom has different approaches. What were they looking for? Was Avodah Zarah? Was looking for when Moshe was gone? What was Aaron's point was? Um, Nesivos Shalom has an interesting idea as far as the greater the person is, the greater the Yetzer Hara is, but we're not going to talk about that today. We're going to focus on money, everyone's favorite topic, or most people's favorite topic, talking about money. It's really the kesher. We don't really talk about too much. Is the middle of parsha. You have people running, the men actually running to put their gold and take the rings and all the jewelry from their wives and throw it into the pile to make the egel. Wives don't do it. The women don't do it. So we know that situation, and actually Moshe uses as an excuse the Jewish people to Hashem. Listen, you gave them so much stuff to take out. People have so much money, you do bad things with it. So it's one of the arguments that Moshe uses. So that's kind of one topic, and the parsha really starts off with money, with matzah shekel, and everyone always talks about everyone. People have a question as far as what's the point of this? What's the point of matzah shekel? The counting? We're not supposed to count people. That's A. And why half a shekel? If you gave a shekel, you'd have twice as much money. I did the math actually last night. By giving a half a shekel as opposed to one shekel, you actually could double the money. It was two shekel, you can actually quadruple. So it's actually, and half shekel is kind of small, kind of small. What's the point of this? Couldn't you do much better with having more money in the Mishkan and the base of Migdash? Why is that? Once a year, half a shekel, even if it's enough, even if that's enough money and you did the math, you know what? We need X amount of money for the karbanos and to upkeep all the stuff. Is half shekel exactly enough? Maybe a little bit extra, paying the salaries of the Kohen and all the people. People make the shemen, people making the breads. Is there a reason behind half a shekel, or it's just new? That's the mitzias. You need 2,500,000 whatever shekel a year, and that works at half a shekel. So we don't have that in shul. We never have in shul a campaign where we say, you know what, everyone just give $1, half a dollar. Never happens. You always have a campaign in the shul. You have an appeal, and the first people 1,000 and 500, and the people in the back are okay, 18, 10. Then okay, send something in the mail or whatever. But it's never a set amount. Everyone needs to give X. We never have that. So this Shalom has really interesting ideas as far as what the purpose of this is. On top of the idea that a person shouldn't give more or less. Okay, fine, we know that. But the Rambam says even a person that's poor, even ani hamfarsim and tzedakah chayiv. So the Rambam says in Hilchos Shekalim, which makes sense, you're supposed to ask people for the half shekel, you're supposed to collect money to give the half shekel, or sell your clothing, sell your clothes for the half shekel. And that to me is a head scratcher, because if I'm giving tzedakah, how does it help for me to take a half shekel if I'm just giving it back to tzedakah? How does that even work? Why do that? What's the gain of this? And selling my clothes? So then, I'll be really poor and I'll have to collect from somebody else tzedakah. So what's the point of this? Just say to the poor people, listen, don't give a half shekel. You can't afford it. Don't do it. Let the rich person give a shekel for you. And I can't do it for somebody. I can't give half shekel for somebody else. Sometimes, I've done this not too often, maybe once or twice, maybe just once. I pay for someone's groceries in the store. So why don't we have that here? You see a guy who's wearing really a ratty sweatshirt, and he sees he's struggling to find putting all the coins together. You know what? I got you. I got it. I did that once in the farm store. Guy who couldn't afford the Gemara, kid. I go, I got you. I got your Gemara. So why don't we have that by the half shekel? Why do you sell your clothing? Sell your shirt for the half shekel? It's just a half shekel. Calm down. No. So this year Shalom really talks about the importance of having everyone together, ba'achdus, doing a project that's for Torah, for Hashem. Um, Many times we have the want to make ourselves more popular in shul, have our name up on the bima, have our plaque on the wall, our name on the building. That's fantastic. But when it comes to the adanim, which everyone had to be equal, so the half shekel made the adanim, the sockets, the silver sockets for the mishkan. Also the karbanos, the daily karbanos, the public karbanos, the tzibars. That was the money came from. Also fixing the base of Mikdash and the Mishkan. These things everyone had to be part of and be equal. Two pieces of this. So everyone has to be part of it. One person can't say, you know what, I'll do the next campaign. No. For building the Mishkan, everybody has to be part of it. Even though there was one campaign out of the three trumas, one of them was give as much as you can. So that $1 million, $2, whatever. But the other trumas had to be everyone had to be part of it, half a shekel. So no one could turn to the other person and say, I should get this aliyah, I gave more than you. Or I get to sit here because I gave more and you only gave $1 and I gave 1,000. I get shlishi every week, or I get hagva for the next year. No, everyone is equal before Hashem. Doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank or how little you have. Everyone is equal because everyone contributed the same exact amount. You're part of every korban of Tamid. You get a kapara just like the next person because you contributed. You're part of the klal money-wise. The second part is everyone is part of it. So instead of looking at the levels more or less, but everyone is part of it. And every Jew has to be part of certain projects. Just like every Jew, every neshama was at Har Sinai, every Jew has to be part of the upkeep of the base Mikdash and the Mishkan. And the Nesivos Shalom goes even further. And he wants to say that this idea of being part of the klal is very powerful, because when it rolls around to Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, and we don't want Hashem to say, I'm separate, judge me separately. We want to say, listen, we're part of the klal, and in the eyes of Hashem, the klal will never get destroyed. They never sin great enough to destroy Klal Yisrael. But again, that's only if we're part of the klal. If you're a lone soldier, you're a lone rider, you like to daven by yourself, you like to sit in the corner by yourself, you want to give tzedakahs privately, you don't want to, you're not a chesed guy. I like to learn. You have a chavrusa, you have a No, I like to learn by myself. I like to do my own thing. Well, you're taking responsibility, because now you got to stand on your own zchuyos. And very few people can really say, you know what, I'm a tzaddik, I deserve the best. Very few people could say that. Most of the people, 99% of the people, say, listen, I don't know if I have enough zchuyos to stand by myself. I have to be part of the klal. So a person, when they're part of the tzedakah campaigns, or not just tzedakah, anything in the shul takes any type of operation, any type of project, it's good to be part of the klal. and even just a small amount. If you're part of the klal, you have a charusa, you have a chabura, you're judged with the people, and you're part of the klal Yisrael. And the klal Yisrael is a promise that's never, Hashem will never destroy the people. But if you're part of the people, if you're not part of the people, then you're taking some risks. You're taking some risks as being a lone flyer, a lone soldier. It's one of the things. Some people have a problem. Some have it doesn't come easy for most people, or some people. Most people like to down by themselves. Some people like to learn by themselves because once you kind of say over the Gemara, people say, well, you really from your whole life, BT, you didn't convert yesterday. Once you start speaking to people, and then your Hebrew comes out really bad, and then there's a muckam of embarrassment, a muckam of really not that smart, or a muckam of embarrassment. But the key is to kind of overcome this and see someone new in shul, or it's the campaign, chesed campaigns, to kind of look for ways to help the tzibur, be part of the tzibur, whether it's a Chabad tzibur, whether it's Sephardi tzibur, whether it's Ashkenaz tzibur, be part of the tzibur, be a Klal Yisrael, and that's kind of the best protection you have, and that's really what we're trying to do here, is to join people and to elevate ourselves through the tzibur. I'm sure most of you, all of you, know the daily giving tzedakah campaign. Someone showed it to me, and I spoke about this last year or the year before. $1 a day. That's not that much. Right, not that much, but there's thousands, maybe 12,000 people already that give every day $1. And forget the money adding up, it's millions of dollars been in the past couple of years, but you're part of a community. You're part of a community of people that are giving tzedakah. And this power that you have just by $1, and you don't even do much. You put $365 a year or something, whatever it is, and they send you an email. And what's really cool, I think I gave them the idea, by the way. I actually told them to do a video of each tzedakah organization, a little video. And a few months later, I was going to email them again, and someone said, "Oh, they do that already." So if you look at the email, the daily giving, they actually tells you where the money's going to, how much money is given, um, and it actually gives you a video for the organization, so you get a little bit of information. This way, you really feel part of this klal, to feel chesed. A couple of years ago, someone actually made a comment that he gives tzedakah every day, and it trains a person, trains me at least, to look for people that need money, whether it's jgive.com or there's other organizations. I met this fellow in shul yesterday, works for Karen Yosef. I'm gonna look that up, maybe give them a few shekels here. So that you're kind of being attached to many different areas. So that's another very powerful idea of not just a half a shekel, but everyone joining together. So not just giving X amount as much as you want, but half a shekel, showing you, I only give a part of amount. I have to join my half shekel with another person to make larger bills, larger dollars, larger coins. So we're always part of this operation. The other idea the Nesivos Shalom brings is this area of chatzi shekel, half. And his approach is, when a person even spends money on gashmias things, his rutzon should be for Hashem. So whatever a person does, whether it's checking email, I don't know, or going to the restaurant, or going to the mall, you should always think that there's a purpose behind this. It's not just, I'm going to fresh out, but I'm going this with my wife, Shalom Bayis. I'm going with my friend. I'm going this because, if I have a coffee now, I'll be able to learn and stay up a little bit longer. I'll be able to work better. So only half shekel is the gashmias. The other half is we have a good rutzon, and that's kind of the other idea. Is whatever we do, we have to kind of judge whether it's bringing us close to Hashem or further from Hashem. Are we going to Florida for winter? Are we doing this just for stam vacation? Or it's vacation, but the point is to come back and really be better in yeshiva, be better at work, be a better husband, be a better father after getting a vacation. So it's kind of this half life that we have, where even the gashmis areas, Ki Tisa, we can still raise ourselves through money. Money shouldn't be something that kind of takes us down in gashmis, but even the gashmis things that we do in life, the rutzon should be to elevate ourselves. And hopefully, we have good news. Hopefully, we have a great Shabbos. Nesivos Shalom also says that Shabbos is a time of chavrusa, of chabura, with our families, We have time for a night to learn with people. That's always it's a very kadosh time. And hopefully we use the Shabbos not just for learning Torah, which is important, but also to kind of reconnect with our people and to be part of Klal Yisrael. Sometimes a week we have no time to see people, guilty. We have no time to go out to coffee and talk with our friends, guilty. But Shabbos, we kind of have a time to reconnect and try to get ourselves part back with the klal and back with our friends and family. Shabbat Shalom.